Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol ROX. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. So I don't mean to state the obvious, but big movement today, and there is some perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought right there and you were hoping to sell within 11.5 seconds, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking pretty rough. If you care about the big picture of things, then the bull still have plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. And that's what it's all about from the big picture, building those higher bases and therefore building a long-term uptrend. So let's talk about a couple of areas of support, then we'll talk some areas of resistance. First level, right here at $1.02. And, I'm not saying the chart's ruined, but sort of a buzzkill during the final portion where the price, is now kind of right around that area. Had the price come down here later on in the afternoon and then did one of these numbers like it did earlier in the day where the price came down there and then directly bounced, that'd make the chart look a whole lot better. Again, just because the price is kind of now slopping around down in the area, I'm not saying that means that the whole chart is going to collapse and on any of that. I'm just probably nitpicking more than anything, but the chart would have just looked a lot more clean had the price just went down there and bounced directly off it. But it didn't. But the one thing to keep an eye on is definitely, what's going to happen with the price in regards to $1.02. The further and further away it separates to the downside, that just represents that the bears are gaining more and more momentum. Now, obviously, if the price just goes sideways here and then shoots back up, well then, this kind of sloppy action right here ultimately never really meant anything. It wasn't a leading indicator of anything like that. And that just would represent that the bears didn't gain any momentum at all. In fact, they're, losing the battle if the price is getting pushed back up. But again, in the event that the price does start to separate further and further down, the further it separates from $1.02, like I said, that just represents the bears gaining more strength. Next level of support to keep an eye on is going to be that purple line right there, which is the 50-period simple moving average. I realize that's way down here and the price is up there, but keyword there being moving average. As time goes by, that purple line is going to move its way up. What about levels of resistance? I'm just going to talk about one, and I'll explain that in a second. But key level of resistance at this point in time, whoops, where did that? Looks like my chart had a refresh on me. Key point of data, resistance at this point in time, right up there at $1.15. You can see numerous times throughout the afternoon. Price tried to get above there and couldn't quite do it, so that'll be the initial area. And I'm just talking about one level because at this point in time, in my opinion, breaking levels of resistance, not really a top priority for the chart. Top priority right now is building higher bases, and therefore, like I said, that'll lead into a long-term bullish uptrend. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey, Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, by all means, click right there to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.